Does taking a vacation right now sound good? Friends, family, endless destinations that you could choose from, but then you realize you actually have to plan the trip. It's time consuming and it's chaotic. Trying to fit the needs of everybody in your travel party, well, that's where K&E Travel comes in, with owners Mark Eli and Steve Phillips, who have been in the travel business for over 35 years. I'm Jen, your Wellington local expert, and this is episode 2 of Showcasing the Small Business in Wellington. Let's go check them out. Mark and Steve, thank you first of all for being here today and letting me interview. What is your favorite part about owning a travel agency?
Well, after 35 years, it's really helping people do their trips, and it also enables us to do one of my favorite things, our favorite things, giving back to the community. So last year we gave back over $25,000 to the local community for people in need, rescues, all kinds of different charities that we help all throughout the year. So
yes, that's amazing. Steve, what is one of your most memorable trips that you've ever been on?
I have to tell you, it was Africa.
Oh.
So when I was in South Africa, it was in 2018, I met so many people. And one of the things that they kept saying that they're so proud of is that people go to Africa to see the animals. Mm-hmm. They come back for the people. And it's so true. People were amazing. I mean, the sights and of course.
Yeah.
But the people and the culture was truly amazing. And they embraced the people coming in, and they loved to teach them the local culture. Like, so we did an event where we learned to play the drums, the African drums, the whole 400 people in a restaurant learning to play the drums. And then we also did an event where we learned to do one of the South African dances. And so, I mean, they teach the culture, they embrace it, but they love the people coming. But truly, the people were just, and I've been all over the world, including places like Ireland, where the people are known to be amazing. And I lived in Minnesota, where everybody's supposed to be nice. But I will tell you, the people in South Africa were just truly, it was a life-changing trip for me. I looked at the world differently when I came back from Africa.
How long was that trip for?
I was there for a week and a half.
Okay. Have you been back since then?
I haven't had the opportunity, but the plan is there for sure.
Nice. So when planning a trip, what are the top 3 things that you should take into account?
Well, first, you want to understand, want to have an expectation of your budget. And many people think when it comes to budget, that's your travel, but it's not. The budget is really how much you will have spent when you get on the plane to come home.
Yeah, all in.
And make sure that everybody is on the same page as to what that number needs to be, so you're going down the right path. That, of course, is number one. I'm working on a big trip right now with multiple generations. That's a challenge. Mm-hmm. And what I've told the person who's planning it is that you've got to figure out who the most important generation is. Because if the most important generation is the children, because they're going with families with small children to Italy.
Oh, yeah.
If the most important generation is the children, then we have to make sure we put you in places and set up things that the children will enjoy and embrace.
Of course.
If it's I did a multi-generational cruise, it was all about the matriarch's 85th birthday. So everything was geared around that. Right. So that's the second thing. The third thing is to remember is that chance you get to make a memory, you want to find a way to make a memory. Travel's food for the soul, and making memories is when you asked about why we got into travel. For me, I love making memories. When you come back and I've had people travel with me personally on my trips, and they're memories that I'll never forget. And the memories they're key, because that's what travel's about. And people think it's about seeing and doing. It's about making memories, whatever it might be. I took my son to Ireland and Scotland a few years ago. We walked the 18th fairway at St. Andrews together. I'm never going to forget that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Core memory.
Right? And he learned to play the bagpipes.
Oh, wow.
Right? And I have video of this. I'm never going to forget that.
Yeah.
So that's the memory.
What made you guys get into the travel business?
Well, for me, it was, I was in another business more than 35 years ago, and it was a requirement with the state of Florida to open up a travel agency to stay in that business. So it became an adjunct, and then eventually, as time goes on and economies changed, it became our full-time gig, and now we have over 300 agents across the United States. So, and we built into a very large local travel agency. So we're number 20 in North America with Celebrity Cruises for independent agencies, and like in the top 10 for South Florida for Royal Caribbean. And we do, as you know, we do a lot of cruises, and we give deals that are amazing. Mm-hmm. And we're booking out into 2027 now.
Wow.
Steve has a totally different story. Though.
I got proverbially sucked into a family business
You get
when I was 30. I was kind of, but you know, and I will say, I've thanked my mother for my career in travel so many times because I never saw it. Like all good things, I never saw it coming.
See it coming. Yeah.
I got in and I was doing the scut work in the office, and this is way back in the day when you hand wrote tickets and had brochures and all of these things. But I got sucked in, and then I started to go on some educational trips, and I don't want to say it's an addiction, but you get it. It's like I've got to keep doing
Get the
this.
travel bug.
And I started selling travel, and I started having those people tell me about those memories, and I said, I can make a career out of this. And this was never part of the plan. Never. But those are the best things. So yeah, it's been an amazing ride, and now partnering with Mark here at K&E, this is my future, and it's just perfect. Like I said earlier, it's food for the soul, and there is nothing better than selling travel. I love to say, if I'm in a group of people and say I'm in the travel business, because all of a sudden everybody in the room wants to talk to you.
Of course.
But people want to, when you say you're in travel, they
It's
gravitate
fun.
to people who are in travel. Bottom line is
It's
they
what they
gravitate
relate
to.
travel to.
Absolutely. And that's been amazing for me, and I'm so grateful. And as I said, thank you, Mom. I mean, because I would never have this career if she didn't. What did you say? Voluntold me to do it?
You?
She voluntold me to do it. Yeah, it was perfect.
What do you think, bonus question,
Extra points.
bonus question, what do you think you two collabing has done for K&E?
Well, for me, I can certainly answer that I have a partner that I always did everything myself all these years, right? So 7 months ago, when Steve started with us and became my partner, it's as everything a learning experience, but it's enhanced both of us. Right. And for me, very importantly, is time to relax a little bit and maybe enjoy some of the things, knowing that I have a trusted partner that could be here and work with all our agents across the country and across our local clients and continue the K&E legacy going forward with the charities and everything else. We have the same heart in that nature, so that was very important to me when I was looking for someone like Steve, who was totally by happenstance.
Again, it was not part of the plan.
It was not.
How did you guys connect?
Oh, so I worked for a company that was the consortia group that K&E Travel belongs to. I was Senior Director of Education and Training, and I spent my time traveling the country and even the world, educating travel agency and travel agency owners. And I met Mark several years before that, and we got to know each other a little bit. Well, I spent last winter in Miami Beach, and his contact at Travel Savers, my very good friend Jill, was in town, and she's like, "Why don't you come up and have dinner with me and Mark? You know Mark." I said, "Oh, that sounds good." And then I realized it was going to be a 3.5-hour drive in traffic, and I was like, "I don't know," but I did it. And he wanted to look for a partner, and my wheels just started churning in my brain, and we started talking about things, and I texted him that night, and I said, I want to have a conversation. And we had a conversation, and within 6 to 8 weeks, we had a deal done. And 2 months after that, I had my car packed, and I started my family relocation to Florida. We're not all here yet, but we will be soon. For me, not just being able to be back in ownership and management of an amazing company, but it got me reinvigorated into travel as well as, and I've learned, I like to think Mark and I are learning from each other. We have very different styles, but it's good. But I also have the opportunity to take K&E to the next place from a agent network across the country, and from a technology and all of, what's next? What's the next 15 years look like? So I have the opportunity to look at that, and also keeping in mind that I understand what was important to Mark, and I want to protect his legacy as well as the legacy of K&E in the community, which I have learned since I've moved here is truly, I'm humbled when I think about the fact that I own this part of this business now. Yeah. It's humbling to know the reputation in the community, and it's a sacred oath now that I have to take to make sure that I protect that, and I understand it. Yeah. And I think that's why Mark and I agreed that it was the right thing, because I understood that how important that was to Mark. He spent 35 years creating that. And he knows everybody. I can't go somewhere in Wellington and not say, I know Mark Eli.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
Yeah, he is. That's exactly what I say. He's the unofficial mayor. He knows more people than the mayor.
Yeah.
So
As long as it stays unofficial.
it was just a good fit. And I think we're learning from each other, and it was good. So very happy to be here, and I look forward to the future. Proud to be partners with Mark in what is an amazing company, and I'm learning is an amazing community. It wasn't part of the plan to move to Florida. When the door of opportunity opens, you gotta
Bust
go through like a bull in a china shop, and that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah, the collaboration and partnership you
Yeah.
didn't know you needed.
Correct. Teaching me new things every day that I should have had.
And they
That
say
I
you can't
survived.
teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, yeah, well, old is correct. So,
But he's taught me so much too, because I've been out of selling travel for 15 years. I formerly owned and ran an agency, but it's been 15 years, and
Yeah.
the travel industry, the sales part of travel has changed dramatically.
Right.
So we're teaching each other.
our website that we just started recently is www.cruisedeals.fun.
Oh, that's a good one.
We have a list of literally 160 pages of sailings between now through April of 27, and it's updated monthly with all the new block space that we have. We block out thousands of cabins a year with Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruise Lines, and you can find some amazing deals on there.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time to interview with me today. And if you have any travel needs, be sure to reach out to Steve and Mark.
Thank you
Thank
so
Jane.
much.
Appreciate it.